You know, when I got the phone call from Rick in San Cristobal, I was afraid to answer my phone.
Aren't you glad you did? I'm all better. You know, I think being unconscious that long helped me crystallize some things about my life.
Really? What's that?
I've made an earth-shattering decision about my future. I want to be a reporter.
Sam, that's great. I mean, that would be the perfect career for you. It's challenging, it's dangerous.
Don't worry. Where I'm going, I don't think there's much in the way of exotic bug life.
Where are you going?
Huntley College. Now, it's tiny, but they have one hell of a journalism department.
Hey, that's great. Then you have to apply.
I already did.
Oh, always one step ahead. Okay, so when are you going to hear?
Ta-da! And it's a thick one, but I haven't opened it yet.
And if I remember correctly, that means you've been accepted.
Care to do the honors, sis?
Yeah.
Now, I know the tuition, you know, it's steep, but I'm willing to do the work study thing if I have to, whatever it takes.
Sam?
Yeah.
They turned you down.
Thank you for the opportunity to get acquainted with your work. Ah, so that explains it. That's why the envelope was so thick. They sent me back my writing sample.
I'm sorry, Sam.
Ah, don't worry about it. You know, maybe it's meant to be. It says here I can reapply in the coming spring.
You were meant to go to Huntley.
No.
Okay, you should be taught by all those prize-winning journalists.
Well, maybe it's for the best. You know, I thought so too, but obviously they feel differently. Gotta roll with the punches, right, sis?
Not when your heart is stuck on something.
Well, what do you expect I do? Huh? Go barge in there and knock on the dean's door?
No.
Demand that they let
No,
come
of
on.
course not.
Well?
Let me do it. Sam, this is something you want. I want to give it to you.
I appreciate that. But this time I don't think you can help me, Liv.
Forget who you're talking to. Look, it just so happens that I can pull a few strings.
Liv, I don't...
I'm getting a divorce settlement from Josh. I'm making a lot of money off the harbor project.
I don't want you to buy my way in.
Oh, Sam, come on. You'll change your mind when you're rubbing elbows with all those famous journalists. Please let me talk to them. I will have our name plastered on every hall. You are going to Huntley. It is the least I can do after everything you've been through.
I think I'm gonna go for a walk.
Hello, Olivia.
Right now.
Sam, wait.
Well, is it too much to ask for a little common courtesy these days?
You know what, Alan? He has a lot on his mind. He probably didn't even see you.
Just got out of the hospital. You'd think he'd be leaping for joy.
Yeah, well, he's not. He just got a rejection notice from Huntley College.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. It's an excellent school, wonderful journalism department. I can't imagine that someone as bright as Sam is would be turned away.
Yeah, I can't either, but I think the admissions department got one look at the name Spencer and tied it to the SEC scandal.
Ah, so you think it's your fault that he wasn't accepted?
Yeah, I do, Alan, and I'm going to call the dean of admissions myself. I'll drive up there if I have to, but I'm not going to let them compromise Sam's future because of my stupid mistake.
Well, now that sounds like unpleasant business.
Yeah. I'm suffering. My brother's suffering. Break out the champagne.
Olivia, I don't want you to suffer.
I'll handle this.
I'm sure you will. I just want you to know that I'm connected at Huntley. One phone call from me would cut through a lot of red tape. All you have to do is say the word, and I will handle Sam's problem. I would love to do this for you.
I would never let you use your influence to get Sam into Huntley College.
You know, you're becoming very predictable.
I have my own power and my own money now. Thank you very much.
I'm very aware of your newfound power, Olivia.
You only know the half of it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go buy my brother a first-class ticket to Huntley.
Can I get 2 coffees and I'm on the go.
Oh, I hate this.
Hey, what's wrong? Are you having difficulties with your cellular provider?
Who else would I know who has an in at Huntley College? Maybe I should just call them cold and tell them who I am.
Liv, listen to me very carefully. If Huntley College doesn't want Sam Spencer...
Then they're idiots. Look, it's one of the best journalism schools in the country, and you are brilliant and talented. How can they refuse you?
I agree, but nevertheless...
It galls me, Sam. I'm getting great press on the San Cristobal project, but I can't seem to live down these stupid SEC charges.
How is that going, by the way?
I don't mind being branded. I'm certainly used to it, but it kills me to see you suffer for it.
Speaking of suffering...
Well, hello, you two. I love a warm welcome, so I'll try to make this very brief.
That would be wise.
I know, Olivia, that you asked me to stay out of this business with Huntley and Sam, but what's the point in being rich and powerful if you can't use it to your friend's advantage?
Oh, and he's modest, too.
And we're not your friends.
I just had a chat with a former business associate of mine who happens to be on the board at Huntley. Now, I reminded him of a favor that I once did for him, and he made a phone call. And you know what? It turns out that there happens to be a spot for you after all.
Really?
There's a spot for you, Sam.
Well, if it would mean that myself or my sister would owe you in any way, shape, or form, thanks. But no thanks.
So, you've been accepted at Huntley and you're turning them down?
Yeah, you catch on fast.
A first-rate education, and you're turning it down because of your foolish pride.
Foolish to you, maybe.
Let me ask you a question. What if someone else had made that phone call? Holly Reed, for example. You would probably be packed and ready to go. But because it was me, you're turning them down?
Yeah, that sounds about right, yeah.
Well, I suggest you try another career path, because you will never make it as a journalist. Not unless you take every opportunity that's given you.
You see, this man thinks that the end always justifies the means. Big surprise, huh?
Yes, I do, especially when the means is worthwhile and no one gets hurt.
Sam, come here. Let me talk to you. I hate to admit this, but he does have a point.
What?
Most of the people who are in a Huntley College are there because somebody put in a good word for them.
And that makes it right?
No, look, the personal recommendation is part of the application process, right? This just sort of came after the fact.
You think I should accept this, don't you?
Yeah. Because you have your heart set on going to this college. And you will do so well there, and they will be so lucky to have you. Yes.
Okay.
You're going.
Yeah, I'll go. Okay, Alan. Who do I call? Where do I go?
The admissions office is waiting to hear from you. They're still open.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I'll see you at home.
Well, I had better make a hasty exit before I get in trouble for doing a good deed.
Alan, it was a good deed. And I thank you for it, but if you think I'm going to be so grateful that I'm going to jump into your bed, you're wrong. That is not going to happen.
That is not why I did this, Olivia.
Well, I can't think of any other reason.
Then you're not as perceptive as you think you are.